Okay. All right, sponges.
Tristan, why don't you let somebody else film since you're
She's got it. So you turn that one off.
Yeah.
Save the battery.
All right, sponges. What is this map showing us?
It's a picture of the Chesapeake Bay from outer space.
Right. So this was taken from a satellite, right? Back in 1987, ancient history for most of you guys. And some of the colors of the land have been changed so they stand out better, right? So if we were, 800 miles above the Earth and we look down on the Earth, this is what we would see. Can somebody point to the rivers that are on the map and tell us what they are? Start at the bottom. James River. Yep. What's the one above that? This one right, yeah, where he's pointing. This is Yorktown. So what river is it? York River, right. What's the river above that?
I know.
Starts with an R.
Rappahannock.
Ooh, I heard it.
Rappahannock.
Rappahannock, right? And then what's the one above that? That's the one that flows through our nation's capital. Starts with a P. Ends in a Mac. PMAC? No. Potomac. You guys ever heard of the Potomac River? There it is, the nation's river. All right. So when we look at the rivers here, the James River, the Rappahannock River, and the Potomac River have a funny discoloration in it. Kind of looks like dirt or something in there, right? What's causing that color? What does your key say that is? Are you guys in this group? Can you sit down over here so that the people behind you can see?
Sediment transport.
Right, sediment, right? And sediment's just a scientific word for what?
Excuse me, gentlemen. You were being active policeman right now.
Dirt, right. Soil, right? So it could be sand or silt or clay or something like that, but it's just soil in the river. What are the large cities located next to the rivers with the sediment in it?
This is Richmond.
Yep, show them.
Richmond.
Yep, make sure.
York.
Wait, I don't think everybody can see. All right, so what's this one right here? Hold the top up a little bit more. What's this one?
Richmond.
That's Richmond. What's this one right here on the Potomac?
Washington, D.C.
There's Washington, D.C. There's Baltimore up there. And what's this smaller one? Starts with an F.
Fredericksburg.
Fredericksburg. Right, this is Fredericksburg. All right. All right, so what do we see on this map besides cities? What's this red stuff over here? Wetlands. Right, now wetlands really aren't red, they just colored them red so they would stand out, right? What's this dark green stuff right here? Forest. What about all this stuff over here on the eastern shore? What's that? And agriculture is just another word for farming. Right, so what we're looking at here is a bunch of farm fields, right? All right. So, did you figure out what permeable and impermeable meant?
Yes.
What does permeable mean?
Permeable means that like water can go through it.
Right, can soak into it, right? That's
Yes.
permeable.
And then unpermeable means that water can't go.
Right. So permeable means that, in this case, we're talking about different types of land. Permeable land means that when it rains on that land, the water soaks in and stays there or runs off very slowly, right? Impermeable land means that water can't soak into it. And it runs off quickly, right? So point to something on here that's impermeable, meaning that the water will not soak in. What kind of land? What do you think?
Forest.
Or impermeable?
No forest.
What about
Agriculture.
is
No.
impermeable?
Really?
What about those cities? What do we make cities out of? Or the urban areas? We're talking about urban areas now, right? The things that you guys were discussing, right? What do we make urban areas out of?
Wood. Concrete.
Concrete, right? Asphalt. Lots of parking lots, lots of roads, tops of buildings, things like that, right? Is impermeable. Water does not soak in. And we don't want it to, right? We don't want water soaking into our home. So when it rains on major cities or urban areas, the water runs off quickly. It collects on the surface of the pavement and stuff, and it runs off. And it goes into a gutter, and then the gutter leads into a storm drain, and then the storm drain leads into the rivers. right? And as it goes along, the water picks up all the stuff that's on the roadways. Trash, cigarette butts, whatever. Also, all the dirt that's on the roads, right? And it washes off into the rivers. And that's what we see going on here. Can you hold that up? It just rained. Here's some clouds. It just rained on these major cities, and all the sediment, along with whatever else is on the road, is washing into the rivers, right? But let's say it didn't have trash in it or oil. It's just sediment particles, just dirt, right? Is that a problem for the rivers if we have that flowing in there like that?
Yes.
What do you think it's doing to the river?
Polluting it.
Well, it is. You know, if you have too much of anything, it could be a pollutant, right? And in this case, the sediment particles are making the water cloudy, right?
Yeah.
And there's an energy source that has to make it through the water to the plants that live on the bottom of the river, right? Or in the bay. What's that energy source I'm talking about? We don't see it today.
Makes plants grow.
Sunlight, right. Not a lot of sunlight today. So if the water gets too cloudy, or turbid we call it, the sunlight can't make it to those plants. And those plants need that sunlight, right? No sunlight, no plants. All right. So sediment just by itself, running off all this impermeable surface, all from the urban development, puts sediment, among other things, into the rivers. All right. So these are wetlands, right? Are wetlands permeable or impermeable? Yeah, permeable. Water soaks into wetlands. What about this forest over here, these trees? Permeable, right? The roots and the leaves soak up the rainwater. What about agriculture? All the farm fields?
Permeable.
Yeah, you know, not as permeable as those other things, but it's still somewhat permeable, right? Okay. Did the sponges do a good job? Yes. Show them some love.